Hi, and welcome to another one of my guitar lessons in the series of lessons trying to teach you some of the great instrumentals, blues guitar instrumentals from the 1950s and 60s. Today we're going to look at something called the Spinning Rock Boogie by Mickey Baker. This is one of my all-time favorite instrumentals, and I just recently figured out how to play most of it, I think. And so I'll show you what I've learned, and maybe you can enjoy this as much as I do. Spinning Rock Boogie starts out with a neat introduction, played in the key of G. The whole song's in the key of G, and it goes like this. So what I'm doing, I'm starting out on the 10th fret of the 5th string, and I'm picking the note, I'm sliding it up. So down here on the 10th fret, pick it, and slide up. And I'm coming into the G, the 3rd fret of the 6th string, sliding from the 2nd to the 3rd. So it's like this, kind of two slides. One, and sliding into that. And I'm using a basic boogie pattern. 3rd fret of the 6th string, 2nd fret of the 5th string, 5th fret of the 5th string. Back to the 2nd fret. So that first part. And then here comes a really cool part. And what I'm doing is going with my 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And open. So the whole thing, so far, like that. One more time, slow. And then I'm doing this. What I'm doing is starting on the 6th fret of the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Then I'm walking up the 5th string from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th fret, and then ending up with a D7th chord. So like this. What I do there, use my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, my ring finger, and I just slide my ring finger instead of putting my 4th finger, my pinky down. It's easier to make that 7th chord because my ring finger's already in position. So the whole riff. And that's the introduction to the song. One more time, all the way through. The first verse of Spinning Rock Boogie goes like this. Kind of neat, all bass type things. First part, we're following really the first position G chord, bar chord. We're starting on the 5th string at the 5th fret to the 4th string, 5th fret, and then the 3rd string, 4th fret, and we're winding up on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that whole first lick, and back to it again, and then this time, we're walking down the 4th string from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. So we start here. So the whole verse so far. And then here's another unusual part of this melody. We're going to go to the 3rd fret of the 6th string to start off our 4-chord run in C. So we're going from the 3rd fret of the 6th string the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then to our boogie on between the 2nd and 5th frets of the 4th string. Then back to the 1. And then when we go to the D chord or the 5, same thing we did on the C. So this time we're going to the A note, 5th fret of the 6th string, and then to the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then we're going between 4th fret of the 4th string and the 7th fret. So, back up, down, then do our main riff. So we're doing just a little riff on the first position blues box. So I'm going from the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret of the 3rd string, and I'm hammering down on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then winding up on the G note, which is at the 5th fret of the 4th string. So the whole thing. And that is the end of the second verse of the song. Next verse of the song goes like this. Start off the verse with that slide again from the 10th fret of the 5th string, and then sliding in to the G boogie run on the G note, 3rd fret of the 6th string. And this time we're going following the boogie pattern, 3rd fret of the 6th string, 2nd and 5th frets of the 5th string, and then we're going to 2nd and 5th frets of the 4th string. So on the 4th string we're doing. And then the lick, and this is a typical blues run. He does something like that, where I'm going starting with my first finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, hammering down on the 4th fret, to the 2nd, 3rd fret, and 5th fret of the 2nd string, and then a double stop. My first finger is on both the 1st and 2nd strings at the 3rd fret. Whoops. And then another double stop, and sliding it down, up. So the whole verse. Something like that. So here, going here with my 4th finger on the 6th fret of the 1st string, and my ring finger is on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Typical blues, R&B type double stop. So the whole lick, and sliding up, and then back into that same riff again. And then when he gets to the 5 chord, he's doing the C run. So it's just taking everything, moving it over. 5th fret of the 3rd fret of the 5th string, sliding in from the 2nd fret. 2nd fret of the 4th string, 5th fret. And this time when he gets to the 3rd string, he's going to go from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. So it sounds like this. And then he does that double stop here, where I've just got my first finger anchored on the 1st and 2nd strings, 3rd fret, and then my same lick I just used a minute ago. Just not sliding it up. And back to the 1, just like we did before. And then this time when he goes from the 5 to the 4 to the 1, he's going to go on the D. He's going to play it on the D, starting on the 5th fret of the 5th string to the 4th fret of the 4th string, 7th fret of the 4th string, and then back to the 4th fret. So like this. Same thing on the C. And then he's going to come down on the 1, just one pick, one note. He's going to play that Mickey Baker-esque lick. So the whole pattern there. So here I'm got the 3rd fret of the 6th string, then I'm doing that same hammer on, but I'm kind of dragging the pick across 1st and 2nd strings, 3rd fret, same double stop we used a while ago. And this time I'm going down to the 6th fret of the 2nd string, up to the 3rd fret, 5th fret of the 3rd string, hammer on, 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then winding up on the 5th fret of the 4th string, which is a G. So the whole pattern one more time. And that is the end of the 3rd verse. As he wraps up that 4th verse, he does something really, really neat. And this is kind of tough. The timing part you really got to work on. I'm still working on it, but this is what he's playing. So as he ends the previous verse, he's going to slide into the lick to start off the next verse. And what he's doing, he's got this 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string and the 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. Got a double stop there, and what he's going to do is slide it from his 1st finger being on the 3rd fret down to the G position, where his 1st finger is on the 10th fret. And then he's going to start playing that lick. So the whole thing. Goes like that, which is kind of a cool lick. So he's going sliding there and he's bending it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And on the 1, he's coming down on the 12th fret of the 3rd string. Then he's playing this. He does something like this, or something like that. Then he's going all the way down to the 15th fret of the 1st string, then to the 13th and 12th, back to the 10th, then from the 13th to the 11th fret on the 2nd string. So the whole thing. And then he's going to walk on between the 12th and the 10th frets on the 3rd and the 4th strings. Then down to the 13th fret of the 5th string. And then wraps it up back on that G note. 10th fret of the 5th string. So the whole lick again. Which is cool. Kind of a neat. So let's play it through one more time. This is probably the toughest verse of the song. You get this down, you can play this thing. Okay, so here we go from the 5. And now we still got some of the verse to go. He's going to go up here, and he's going to use a typical Mickey Baker type lick, which is a double stop. He's got his first finger anchored on the first and second strings, 3rd fret, and then he's bending up on the 3rd string with the 2nd and 3rd fingers on the 4th, 5th frets. And then it sounds like he's just dragging the pick down and getting the bend on the 3rd and then the 2nd and 1st string. Does something like that. So the whole thing, he's down here and he's playing that. Plays that, and then he does some other stuff in there, another Mickey Baker type lick. He plays in there in that verse somewhere where he's using that same position where he was doing this, and he's going. So he's bending up and then getting a double stop and coming back on the G string. And he wraps up the verse with something like that. I'm not going to show you this note for note. This is where you can play your own type stuff. I play my own type stuff over this. So I'd play something like this.